Alright, today we're going to talk about SkyDrive Pro. SkyDrive Pro is online storage. You get about 7 gigs of storage space through your email, and you can share it. You can use it to sync between different devices. It's really cool stuff. If you haven't used the SkyDrive that we used to have, then this will all be new to you. If you had used the SkyDrive before, it will still be new because this one has some significant improvements over the last one. So, first question is: do you actually? Does anybody use a cloud, any cloud storage to save files or to share files? This would be Google Drive, Box, Dropbox. Any of those could be considered a cloud storage. So if you do, just go ahead and answer real quick, and we'll move on. All right. So the cloud it's a nice fancy word of saying that somewhere, not here, there is a server farm, a huge warehouse full of servers that have tons of space and offer you services that you would normally keep on your local machine. So in this regard, what SkyDrive is doing is giving you storage space similar to what you would have on your computer, but because it's not going to be located on your computer, it's located on the internet, it's going to open up a few other possibilities. So you have 7 gigs of storage. It is a SharePoint document library, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. And it allows you to share easily with other devices, in particular people within our environment, because if you used the SharePoint or the SkyDrive prior, you had to know the person's email address. This one is going to tie in with our global address list so that if you want to share it with a student, you just have to type their name in, or you want to share it with another faculty member, you type their name instead of having to know their email address. You can also sync it between multiple computers. So, for example, if I have files that I want to have access to on my work computer as well as on my home computer, then I just add the SkyDrive app to both of them, and in this regard, the SkyDrive Pro app, and I can sync those files. Now, first things first, almost everyone's account was created prior to this summer. So because of that, you have to upgrade. It takes just a couple of minutes, and I'm going to walk you through upgrading just like I did for another user. It's pretty easy to do. So first thing, when you log in, you'll land at the portal page, as we've seen before. Across the top, you'll see there's the alerts right here. These are updates, alerts from Microsoft. You could probably ignore most of those. The link to your email, to your calendar, which we went over the other day. The People app, which is synced with your contacts. News feed. We're going to go more into that when we get into the SharePoint stuff, which is also where we start to talk about the Sites button. But right here is your SkyDrive. Instead of having to go to a separate website, going to SkyDrive Pro or to SkyDrive.com, you just go to your email and you click on the SkyDrive button. When you get to it, if you have not upgraded yet, this is what it's going to look like. And across the top, up at the very top, highlights, you'll see the Experience SharePoint, all that SharePoint 2013 has to offer. Start now or remind me later. Go ahead and click on the Start Now. And the Start Now is going to kick off the upgrade process. So it's the prepare to take off and upgrade the site collection. Okay, so you click on the upgrade the site collection. It'll want to make sure, because it just wants to check and make sure that you really want to do this. So say I'm ready. And then it may look like it broke, but this is what it does when it is when it's updating. It even tells you at the top that we're working to improve the site. Please bear with us. Be a little patient. It will automatically refresh after a minute or two, or you can click the little refresh button down here, or you can do the little refresh button here, or you can hit F5. Either way, at some point it's going to finish refreshing, and when it does, you'll get a upgrade complete, and you're done. So the status is done. You can click on what's new to get here to get a tutorial, or click on just take me to the site. Let me see it. And when you go to your site, here it is, your content. Okay, you can add documents, you can add folders, you can change the view. Get used to this layout, because this is basically what SharePoint looks like. Okay, and it's going to ask you, do you want to get the most out of SharePoint? So let's get social. Now, these settings are only within SharePoint. These are not connected to your Facebook, to your Twitter, to LinkedIn, or any of those other social networks. So when it's asking you to be social, it's talking about being social within our network. So it is perfectly okay to say okay. Okay? I'm going to switch over and show you my SharePoint, or my SkyDrive. Okay? Now, if you notice, it's going to tell me when the last time it was modified, whether or not it's sharing or being shared, and then it's going to say who modified it. And you see the little red box next to my name. That is what they call presence in Office 365, and it's connected to Lync, and it's connected to my Outlook calendar. So if I'm busy and I'm in a meeting like we are right now, that little box turns red to let everyone know, oh yeah, I'm busy. Otherwise, you can click on a person's name to contact them. All right. Go to their About page, find out more information about them. As much information as you want to put on here, you can. We're actually going to go into this more when we start talking about SharePoint. Now, one of the great things that they added to this that was different from the other one, where you had to go and you had to click on the add a new document or add a new file and upload the file. All of this is drag and drop. So I can take a file so you can see it just said, status, give me a status as it was uploading, and now it's uploaded, and there it is. Tell me that it was modified a few seconds ago, that it was modified by me, and you'll notice that it's not being shared, that I can only see it. If I wanted to share it, I can click on that, and I can invite people. Okay. Let's say I want to invite Chad. There's Chad. And require sign-in so that he can get to it. And it's going to send him an email inviting him to actually view it. Now, You can do this with folders as well. So if you create a folder and share the folder with everyone or share the folder with individuals, everything within that folder is then going to be shared as well. So I don't have to go in and share every single individual file. I can just share one folder and everything in it goes to that group of people. Okay. Over here on the side, under your picture, you're going to see your recent documents. These are documents that are being shared with you that you have edited recently. You can show more. You can subscribe to them. You can do all sorts of things with them. When you create a new document, if you want to, you can. When you create a document, I can create a document using the Office web apps, the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or OneNote that are online. Create a shared instance of that, and if it is saved in my SkyDrive, then it automatically enables what's called co-authoring, which means multiple people can be working on the same document at the same time. So, for example, I create a Word document, share it with, say, Chad and Chuck, invite them into it, and we all work on it together, and we figure out what replacement machines we're going to need for the next year. And it doesn't matter if we're all in the same office or, I'm sitting at home. We can all work together. All right, so my question for you is, what should you be sharing in your SkyDrive? I'm going to answer Stephanie's question. Stephanie asked, if someone shares a folder with me, does it show up on this page in my area? Do I have to go to their area like the old SkyDrive? All right, let's go back. I'll show you my page. It's a good question, Stephanie, because that was quite cumbersome in the old version of SkyDrive, was finding the files that were shared with you. You can, unlike with the previous version, you can sync those folders onto your computer. I think you still have to go to that person's folder or that person's library, but I'm not entirely positive. I'll have to look into it. I know, for example, with anything that is shared with me, I can sync. And so, for example, there's a technology shared documents, and Chad has shared a folder with me. They're document libraries, and you can sync them with your computer. Okay. If the students synced with my folder, then they would always have the documents in their SkyDrive whenever I update it. Yes, absolutely. If they sync that document library onto their computer, and you have, that's one of the great things. You sync that document library, and you upload homework, it's sent to their computer. So they don't have to go and find you to the website. It would actually, I think it'd be a brilliant idea to set it up at the beginning of the year. Say, here's the document library, sync to this, and then over the course of the year, just add files to it. So the question that Stephanie's asked is, will PowerPoints run from inside the SkyDrive, or do they need to download them? If you look here in my SkyDrive, if I open up, say, the tech team, so if I click it from within the website, it's going to open it up through the PowerPoint web app. It's not going to require them to download it. They can download it if they want, but they don't have to. They can download it and run it from their computer, or they can they can just view it through the PowerPoint web app. So the question is, Annette just asked, all previous SkyDrive folders will be updated, or do we have to start over? bad news. You have to start over. The deal is SkyDrive and SkyDrive Pro are two completely different products. SkyDrive is a consumer product. It's a personal storage space. Even though we created it for you a few years ago, when the switch over to Office 365 happened, there was a break between SkyDrive, or the live accounts, and Office 365, and SkyDrive was part of the live accounts. We can help you move it, and we can show you a real easy way to do it, because that's one of the ways that I'm doing it. You just actually sync your personal account and the SkyDrive Pro at the same time, and then you just copy them over. It's real easy to do, but this is a completely new and clean SkyDrive. Yeah, just like Chad just said, it's real easy to do, so it's not something you really have to worry about or be fearful of. It's real easy to take care of. What I've done is I've taken my SkyDrive Pro account, and that's my school. That's my school work. I put everything there for school, and my SkyDrive account is my personal stuff. That's the stuff I share with my wife, my kids, my friends. That's, everything else goes there. So, yeah, there are a few people who've been using the SkyDrive with their classes with a lot of success, even though it's been kind of cumbersome. So I'm really hoping we can start using the SkyDrive Pro stuff and the SharePoint stuff over the next, like I said, over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be digging into the SharePoint stuff, because there may be some really cool things you'll be able to do for your classes in there that you just haven't been able to do in the past. All right, any other questions? If y'all have any other questions, just feel free to email me, and we can chat more about it offline. I am here all summer. Come by and see me if you have anything, and we'll talk to you later.